recording.
You should hit record.
Is that no?
Yep. Yes, it is recording now.
It's
Can you guys hear me?
We hear you loud and clear. Welcome to Rat Salad Review. Unfortunately, we have a special guest today, Thomas J. Bellezza.
Yeah, actually, Troy would be the special guest. He was the earliest.
He's always late. Why? Wow. Wow, this thing is like...
By special, do you mean that I'm handicapped? I don't understand the concept.
OBS, my OBS thing is like flashing all these different colors.
I know I have to fix that.
Yeah, you got a long list of things you got to do, sir.
I have a lot of things.
Yeah.
I feel like Greg smoked so much weed before it went on.
The entire room was
smoked.
No.
What do you have, a camera from 1978?
No. Hi, it came with a laptop. I don't know.
You can take the scotch tape off the fucking camera. You know?
Yeah.
No government is watching this moment. Trust me.
Shit, that's true, Greg. Did you take the plastic thing off around the camera?
Yes, I've had the fucking thing for 10 years.
Well, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they don't know, you know.
No, I mean, well, probably the lamp's sitting too close to the
I'm only kidding.
computer.
Look, none of us care. It looks beautiful.
So how are you, Tom?
I'm good. Wayne, right? Wayne.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm good.
We've met before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. You've met Troy.
Like last week, we were at the diner or the deli. We walked in for a deli, and we were both getting pastrami. At the same time, we were like, pastrami! And then we were like, you like pastrami? And you're like, who are you?
That's the son of a bitch who stole my marble rye.
They only have one!
That's funny. I love that episode. You stole my marble rye!
Put up your old bag.
We gave it away at 12 o'clock. Why? Because it said noon on it.
Is that a shot at me? Show's over.
No, Wayne, noon.
End meeting right now.
Gotta have the rest of the pastrami before we go.
All right. What do you want? What are you doing on my show?
I don't know. You asked me. You said,
I
hey,
did.
Look, I can't get another guest on.
That's true. And actually, the real guest that we had canceled, so I figured I'd get you in last minute. I know you got
me. I'm always available.
You got so many things going on. I figured, might as well give you at least one shot on the internet.
Look, I appreciate you giving me the $50 to come on, and like every other guest.
I told you don't say that to them.
Oh, I thought we were recording.
Yeah, we're good.
No. So, well, why did? So you wanted me on because someone canceled?
No.
Who canceled?
Nobody canceled. I'm kidding. I wouldn't have asked you to come on if somebody canceled. I would just schedule for another time.
I still would have came on if someone canceled.
You still would have. You would have not have known. So who cares?
I would even appreciate it if all the advertisement was with their name on it.
I actually got the real guest name under your face here, so
What?
maybe because I have everybody's name on here. So, but I put the actual guest that was supposed to be on today as your name instead.
Oh, right.
Shit, did I spell your name right? Bellez? Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's 2 Z's.
Yeah, and 2 L's.
Yeah. 2 E's, 2 L's, 2 Z, 1 A.
Whose dog is crying? Is that Naya?
It's not my dog's asleep.
Because I came home and I just said hi, and then she came right here.
Oh, you ignored her.
And she,
Yeah, it goes great with the backdrop, though.
You gotta pet the dog at least 1 or 2 times.
but you see, the thing is, she usually comes here, but right now she doesn't want to. Naya, come on, Naya.
She's scared of that background.
It's great if it's like a half-formed midget. What is that thing? That is my dog Naya.
I have a Great Dane. It's a Great Dane. She's a Great Dane. So you get her whining. Yeah, she's scared. She's scared of this backdrop. That's what it is. She wants to come here.
She's a Great Dane.
Really?
She is. She's something else, though.
How old is the dog?
She's now 18 and a half months old.
Wow. Now, does the dog do a solid Australian accent?
No, it sounds British.
Oh, at least he caught on to that one. That's funny. You want to do that act again?
The what?
You want to do that Australian act again?
Well, if I take the light and put the lead in, then I can say.
Hey, from Africa?
What was that?
Was that South African?
Something like that.
All right.
As long as you guys didn't ask him if he wanted another shrimp on the Barbie or G'day.
That was actually a line that's just permanently embedded in my head that I had to recite in a movie that I was in when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to do modeling and acting. So that was a line I will never forget till my grave.
That's one thing. Oh, go ahead.
Is that the only line you had to ever act with? Is that why it stays with you?
No, I have a whole script. I actually have the script. I was just looking at it the other day. Yeah, I'm trying to find the movie. It's called Golden Rivet.
Oh, let me find a pen.
Golden Rivet. I'm trying to find it. I'll pay for it. You know how cool that would be? I was like a little kid. I was like 7 years old.
Oh, so this was like in what? 1998?
No, try like 7.
Troy's really old.
I am old.
Oh, he's like 48.
Yeah, close.
49.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close.
Give him a 49 this year or 50 this year?
I'll be 50 this year. Well, this year, yeah, 50.
Yeah. That's not bad. You still got some time.
Yeah, to die.
You said you were a model. What did you model?
Great things.
Yeah.
No, I did modeling and acting from when I was 5 years old until 10.
What were you
And
modeling? Like a hand model or something?
No, I did. I modeled. I was in the Sears catalog. There was a company called.
There's a lot of commercials for Burger King, but he got really sick because he forgot you're not supposed to swallow the prop burger.
No, I didn't do that.
And when you were doing Sears modeling, was that in the lingerie section? Like,
How did you know?
like, did you model like the male underwear? And they're like, he's 9. And they're like, yeah,
No.
we'll fix it in post.
No, I modeled really ugly plaid outfits from the 70s.
Wow.
And besides that, I did like commercials for ShopRite, Mrs. Paul's Fish Sticks, was it Pepperidge Farm Goldfish Crackers, Jell-O, before it was the Bill Cosby craze.
Those before they put you to sleep.
He didn't put no pudding in you?
Yeah. No, there was no pudding for him. Yeah, he wasn't even doing those commercials yet.
Look, I only have one thing to say about the Bill Cosby thing. Well, I have many things, but the one thing that stands out the most is, you know that one girl that was on the Next Top Model, Janice, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's talking about how like I was with Bill Cosby in the his hotel room, and I take like a sip of the drink, and I'm like, there's something wrong with this drink. And then in the story, she finishes the drink, and then she says she got raped. But bear in mind, how many times has she been in that situation? A, to know what it tastes like when the drink has been touched, and B, how stupid is she to keep drinking the drink?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I was like, all right, I gotta go, Bill. I don't want to wake up with it.
Well, that's all over and done with.
But if it was a Hardy Boys mystery, it could be called The Proof is in the Pudding.
Look,
I love all the
Tom's writing that one down.
Cosby Show reflect videos.
Yeah, they made some good ones out of that, man.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's interesting. Because he talks about the sauce and one. He's like, they're all being like lovey-dovey, and the wife is like, why are they all like that? And he goes, it's my special sauce. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like they superimpose like crazy music over it and like zoom in and like, he's like, you want my special sauce?
I never seen those.
I'll send it.
You'll have to send me the links because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
It's on. Have you ever heard of YouTube? It's HTTP.
Let me get a pen. Hold on.
can tell someone's age when they send you to HTTP.
Or say
Even www.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Why is www?
My mom does that. She sends me HTTP.
Backslash backslash.
www. Somebody, you know when you get those phone calls, oh, your warranty is running out on your car or whatever?
Right.
I like to record them, and then, like, I'm working on an animated series. It's just for fun. So, like, all the recordings I've done with these people, I'm going to animate them. And one of them, a guy calls up, and I got him to get to the point where he wanted me to email him.
Right.
I was like, what's the email, you know? And he says whatever it was, but then he does the ending where he's like, @ you know, and then he says his name, and then he's like .com. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna send it to you now while I have you on the phone. He's like, okay. So I'm like, I send it, you know, all sound, and he's like, I was like, oh, I got a throwback. He goes, oh, you did? What do you have again? And I was like, I said his name, and then I said AT, and then whatever the website was, and I wrote DOTCOM. And he goes, what? And I go, you said it's your name @. And he's like, no, the @ symbol. Oh, okay. And then I did it, and I go, it didn't work. You go, what did you put in? And I go, ATS. for like 2 minutes.
What?
No, I'm retarded. ATDOT.
When do you plan on getting that done?
I don't know. I have like several of them I'm just working on, but they're like a minute and a half. But I have so many of them. They're just like, they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Wayne! Someone called Telmore Altanian on my cell phone.
What?
For like my car warranty for my car.
Why? How would they know that?
I don't know. And they're like, is Telmore Altanian there? And I was like, first of all, it's Lord. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, yes, you are. I worked very hard to become a Lord. And I go, what do you wish of me, peasant? And he's like, it says here that your car warranty. Why would I need car insurance? I'm a diplomat. I own an entire kingdom, fool. And he's like, yeah, but don't you travel to America? Of course, you called 631.
I like Telmore Italian the best, though. He was the best.
It was so funny. That's the one I wish I really did record, but I didn't have time to grab the recorder, but it was so funny.
Missed opportunities.
Yeah.
That's it. Have a good night.
That was a good hour.
It was a good hour. It went quick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Troy didn't say a word.
It's been about 10 minutes, but for us, it's been
Troy's looking up.
Good night. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I used to be a hand model when I was younger, but I never got any work because I was always trying to get it in Harlem, and they just never got anything.
I don't get that one.
Harlem, yeah, New York, Harlem. It's a lot of black people there.
This is an interracial show.
I've done work there.
I have too, but very quickly.
It's not bad during the day.
No, or night, especially if you're not there.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Harlem is actually right now. It's really nice. It's wealthier. It's they have more things going on there, especially in the arts. There's a lot of studio work out there, like for actors and stuff like that.
Is there really?
There is indeed.
I filmed a music video in Harlem.
Really?
Yeah, it was on the steps of President/General Grant's tomb.
Holy crap! So he wasn't there, is what you're saying?
Oh, he's there. He's still there. He's
Did
buried.
you guys dig him out as like a cameo? And
No. That would have been cool. That
would be really cool.
Was that
what was the video for? Was it just for like funny stuff or a music?
Music video. Yeah, it was for a band called Cold Steel, and the song was called America Idol, and we needed 4 permits to film there on the steps.
When was this?
2013.
You don't need permits anymore, did you know?
No?
Well, you do need permits, but they're free now. You could just get the permit because
Wasn't free then.
the mayor made it so film in New York easier.
Yeah.
As long as you're not stopping traffic, you really don't even need a permit.
Yeah, they brought in a police barricade and
Oh, you had a generator and stuff.
no generator, but there was a police barricade, and there was a crowd that was forming, and I remember someone came up to me and they handed me their card, and they said thank you so much for making this video. I don't know why, but whatever. But it was a cool experience.
That's a cool video too. I remember
How
seeing
famous
it.
are you, Troy?
This is a cool video.
Not at all.
But did they come and be like, my mom showed me this here.
Serious Kyle.
That's right. Yeah.
What happened? This plaid underwear, and she was like,
Plaid underwear.
That's boy.
Plaid underwear?
I
Was it a thong?
I think Troy missed.
Give me your card. Troy gets home, he looks at the card, he goes, sucker.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, all right. That was a good story. I like that one. Now, what were you filming exactly?
It was a music video for a song called America Idol.
And the band was called Cold Steel?
Yeah, and
Now, why was it Cold Steel? Did this take place in Antarctica?
no, that was just the name of the band from when I was a kid.
Oh, well, all right, but you guys were just like, our music is just cold, but also it's metal.
I didn't make the name of the band. I definitely didn't.
Tarantula.
I did not make the name of the band.
Oh man, it was cold like the steel of the knife cutting off the fucking zombie's head. Dead by dawn. Cold steel.
It's definitely it's a dated name in today's today's world.
I don't think any girl would date it. No, so
Wow.
But it was cool back in the day when I was.
was the original
18.
name Blood on the Cold Steel while we play metal songs? And then you were like, let's just shorten it
Should have been.
to Blood On. And then they were like,
It should have been though, but it wasn't.
that sounds good. Now, what's the name of your band now, since we're interviewing you?
You're not interviewing me. We're interviewing
We did a 2.5-hour show at Troy. You don't need no more.
I'm not in any band. What band am
Well,
I in?
I learned a lot about me so far. I learned that I did modeling. That I filmed a video.
I didn't get to you yet because you haven't shut up for a second.
Did you notice that?
I know he hasn't shut the fuck up.
Oh,
You.
Me?
Yeah. I don't even know if I started the show. Did I start the show? I don't even know. I turned it on.
You
You
did.
did. You said there's a special guest.
Did I said welcome?
Yeah, you said welcome to the
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know what the. I have no idea what is going on right
You
now.
did start the show.
I
yeah.
did. Am I supposed to play a music video now? What am I doing? Am I a music DJ? Welcome to MTV Raps. All right.
MTV Raps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to do some talk because there's been actually some cool news things I've seen. So I figured I would talk about that stuff first, but you just kept talking, and
Well, what news things are happening? Give us
I don't know.
a little news feed.
All right. One thing: John Cyrus resurrects Agent Steel.
I heard about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What happened?
John Cyrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reformed 80s metalers Agent Steel.
Oh, I thought you said Virgin Steel.
No, they're still around.
Yeah, that's right. His father just died, by the way.
Who's that?
Dave from Virgin Steel.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, his father Fred just died. His father Fred was the founding creator of local theater on Long Island.
Oh, really?
None of
The
that.
biggest theater companies, Arena Players.
Never heard of it.
And the girl from The Sopranos, Essa, what's the wife's name? The actress.
Never saw it.
I forget her name, but I love that
Well,
shit.
her name.
I know her name is
Carmela.
Carmela. Yeah.
Camilla, but anyway, she started with him. She started in his theater work, and he taught her how to act and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, our condolences go out to David DeFees. Or how you say his last name?
DeFe.
DeFe?
DeFe.
Our condolences. I like
It's
Virgin
Italian,
Steel.
but it's pronounced DeFe.
All right, well, Agent Steel's back. Another thing, Ozzy Osbourne celebrates 37th anniversary of bat biting incident with commemorative plush bat toy.
Mm.
Isn't that
Ozzy?
exciting?
What is
Yeah.
he, from Australia?
He's from
Yes.
Australia.
no,
No, he's from England, right?
no, he's from California.
Troy, do Ozzy's accent.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Just do the
I
Australian.
can't do Ozzy.
It sounds like your Australian accent.
It sounds like my Australian. Well, if I take the line, put it at home. I could stay. Jordan!
Why is that even worse than your Australian accent?
I don't know.
That was very good, though.
Oh my god. I'm going to be in trouble tonight.
I'm glad you... Good thing you gave up the acting. Oh, shit. What did I just do?
Hey, listen, at that time, I was a kid. I was trained to say it correctly. I'm just telling you the way I remember. How many years ago that was? I was like 7 years old when I did that. Cut me some slack.
Long
You were
time
9.
ago.
Don't be a hit. I don't know, something like that. 7, 8, 9, whatever.
Whatever the line is. It's what
You
it
know
is.
what? Just cut me some
Nah,
slack.
he's just making shit up as he goes
Don't be
here.
a hater. Don't be a
He hasn't
hater.
acted-
Don't be hating. Don't
He
be
hasn't
hating.
acted in like 30 years.
This is a factual show. I want
That's not
facts.
true. That's not entirely true.
No, he's acted. It's just different.
Did you see my brother? This is my brother. That's my brother. That's my brother right there. He's my
From another mother?
no, from the same mother.
So he's white.
He's my twin brother.
So he's white.
Yes, he's whiter than me,
No, that's what I'm saying. He has white.
and that's not racist either. I'm not being racist.
No, you can do white face all you want.
I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally.
All right, what else you have?
I can tell you one thing.
What's that?
Okay.
I picked up the new Flotsam and Jetsam album.
Oh, you did?
I had to.
How happy was it?
It's awesome.
It's a good record, yeah.
we did a review on that record, and I loved it so much I had to buy it.
Yeah, we all
When
like
you
it.
picked it up, did
I'm
you
not like-
wear a
I'm
back
not-
brace? It was so heavy?
No, it's not that heavy. But I'm not like Wayne. I don't have a wall of CDs. I just
No.
have like some bins of CDs. Not like you, Wayne.
I was gonna say, what do
But,
you have? Do
so
you like just have a
I'm
digital
purchasing-
collection? Do you just have digital stuff now?
No,
or-
I have a digital collection.
Yeah.
No. I have CDs, but
Yeah.
I have bins
I
Yeah.
have a
like-
wall of STDs. Does that count?
of STDs.
I also have a list of CDs, but they're for casting directors.
Oh, okay.
They're called CDs. That's what you call them. That's what they are.
Okay.
In the acting business, you say, "Hey, do you know any CDs?" And that stands for casting director.
Not cross dressers.
Well, it depends if
Casting
they're
director.
dressed up.
They might be
It
cross
depends
dressing
on-
casting directors.
Well, casting directors do dress up like women,
Oh boy.
Not even
especially if they are women.
the show. We're gonna get our first strike on YouTube.
Strike one.
Strike one. We only get 3 strikes.
Strike two.
Listen, I know the YouTube people here fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They don't even know you guys exist.
No, they don't. Nobody does really.
Tom, let me ask you.
Please.
How do you have time to do everything that you do? I mean, you're like,
Time management?
really?
Yeah.
Because you're in so many different places and so many different areas. It's great. It's awesome.
Well, because I live my life as me, and then it just so happens I do these other things. You know, a lot of people, like musicians especially, even actors, they consider themselves a musician, so they focus on being a musician, and they're branding themselves as a musician, not as a person. You know, so opportunities don't really come to them as much. But when you're a human being and you build value as a person, then it allots you opportunities to do other things. So no one ever looks at me and says, "Oh, he's an actor." They just look at me and go, "You know, I like Tom involved in this." But as far as my ability to do tasks, you know, it's just that, you know, like for example, before I went on the show today, I got hired to write a couple of scripts. So every day I write, you know, an hour to 2 hours for that script. But I don't let the script dictate how long I write. I block out a set of time. And I say I'm only going to write for this amount of time. Then I stop, and usually I do tasks an hour a task. That's it. I won't do more than an hour per task because it's not about getting it done. It's about starting. So eventually it will get done. I mean, it's just math.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But, a lot of people, they allow time to control them. They go, I need to finish this thing. And it's like, you don't need to finish it. Time management is about starting when you should, not when you want. So, that's how I get to do everything I do.
How long have you been writing scripts?
Scripts? Do you count comic book stories as scripts?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Since I'm 17.
Wow.
So, now I'm 40. But I've been actually writing scripts since 2009. I've been writing scripts specifically for television and movies since 2009.
That's great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Tell them tell them some of the shows you've been involved in.
Yeah, but they're all crap shows. Gotham, Mysteries.
Wait,
What were you? What'd you do in
involved with
Gotham?
Gotham, I did a couple things. I worked, behind the scenes, and then
Whoa.
also they put me in I I was a drug dealer in one episode, but they cut me down to just a cameo. Where I just kind of I'm walking. But originally it was supposed to be like, hey, do you want some drugs?
So you know Chris Knorr.
Chris Knorr?
Yeah, he was one of the cinematographers.
Is that the guy who hurt his hand?
No,
No.
he's my cousin.
Oh, then I don't know him. The cinematographer I dealt with was the guy that hurt his hand. So that was probably during the first, because I only
Yeah,
worked the first, second.
there were two of them.
Yeah, I haven't been on it since the second season. So. Mostly on purpose.
My cousin was
My
working
show was
it
good.
at that time. Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. I mean, it was
I
interesting.
like it.
I like that the girl who played Catwoman, she cut all her hair off. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
What now?
Yeah, she was like, fuck it.
Well, show's over. Who cares?
Yeah, no, she's bald.
She shaved it completely off.
Yeah, she was like, I'm free. Shaved the vagina. It was great.
Ooh.
You're not supposed to say vagina.
No, that's what she
So
did.
that's how you got those drapes done.
You can absolutely. That's the medical term. I'll do it in Spanish. Vagina.
That's better. Thank you.
Italiano pucinero.
Can we bounce back to the news for a second?
Well, yeah. Go.
There's
Yes.
one other thing about that I saw recently, that it's been announced that Mr. Diamond was going to release 2 records.
Right.
Yes.
Back, right? Back
Yeah.
to back.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be a continuous story.
Right.
Right.
Where did you get that from?
Probably that band them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about.
Well, he has done it
Carry on.
before. You're not.
I'm talking literally, a literal continuation.
You
Not
think?
a little time jump or anything like that. I'm talking literal. No drop.
So he's
no drop on the
recording
beat.
2 albums at one time and then releasing them one after the other.
Yep. And the story thematically is continuous. Like when you put them both together, they have it's one story.
Would you say it was like a concept album?
They're both concepts, yeah.
But they're one concept.
It's one concept.
And
And
it's
that is very curious because I was wondering where he got that from.
probably the ancient art of storytelling.
There you go.
I mean, there's been, that form has been existence since Lethal Weapon 1, I heard. And then they made like Lethal Weapon 2. Actually,
Listen.
Matrix 2 and 3 were filmed at the same time.
That is true.
I mean, they're not identical.
And they both sucked.
Aw, they
I'm
didn't.
sorry. Yeah,
I don't even like the first Matrix. I don't get why people love
I
them so
disagree
much.
with you. I love the first Matrix.
What I had
Anyway, case in point,
worked hard to make it happen.
concept albums, Merciful Fate. I want a Merciful Fate record.
Well, you might not get it
I'll take whatever
Well,
I
I
can get.
better.
because
Go to his house.
because our boy is 62 years old. All right, tell him to chop chop.
I will. You give me his phone number. I'll call him right now.
I could get his phone
What are your
number.
thoughts on Steel?
Steel.
With Shaquille O'Neal as
What, the price of it?
superhero Steel? You know, the black Superman.
What?
Have you ever seen?
Oh, is that Shyamalan movie that just came out? Glass?
No,
Or...
that's not called Steel.
That's yeah.
Wow.
That's called Glass.
I realize that, but there's more than one character in said
Oh, the other one
movie,
was,
so
the other
I...
one was Split, and then the one before that was Unbreakable.
Yeah.
But Steel.
Are you starring in? Are you going to be in Steel too? Are you going to be an extra in Steel?
They make a sequel. Steel as in Taken, or Steel as in...
I don't know. I don't know, but I'll find you and I'll kill you.
Also-
I have a set of operator.
Operator.
You ever see that guy doing the impression of him? Like, operator.
What were you going to say, Greg?
Systems.
What, Greg?
No, just continuing on with the King Diamond thing. No, Troy, I do wonder where he got the idea from. Seems a little more than coincidental,
He probably got it
honestly.
from Black Rose.
But,
Don't give that to him.
no, he didn't get it from Black Rose. If he got it from...
You sure he wasn't like, I had this idea back when I started the Deep Purple sounding band, Deep Black Rose. And I
Yes.
was like, maybe I'll just bring it back, but make it cool.
Well, this new album isn't called When a Statue Cries, I don't believe. So, I highly doubt there was any Deep Purple influence. I know, it's one of blind band,
By the
but
way,
I had to relate it to something that was in a graveyard.
a music show didn't recognize how deep that cut was, by the way. That was
Oh, I did, but we've all talked about Black Rose.
Hey, we've talked about that before. We know.
Next, we're going to
Yeah.
say Elf wasn't even a good album by Dio.
Who? Who the hell's Dio?
He's this guy. He's still around. He's
I thought that was the title of his autobiography, but whatever.
No, Elf was a band he had before.
He
I
know, Greg.
who Elf was.
Greg knows. You're not retarded.
Greg knows that he knows.
But also, on the news front, Ian Hunter's going to come through with Ariel Bender and Morgan Fisher as Martha Hoople 74 and do a small 8-city American tour this spring.
Now,
Really?
is Morgan Fisher the No Frills version of Morgan Freeman?
No, Morgan Fisher was a
He answers me.
pianist and a keyboard player that was very popular during the glam rock era in Britain. However, he did score his biggest hit of all time with a love affair with a little song called Everlasting Love.
Now, did he play the keyboard with this pianist?
Oh, God.
Moving on.
Only on some marionette.
So he used a string, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's how you tinkle those ivories.
Listen, you know,
Yeah. But it should be a good show in a way. It's a shame because pretty much all the founding members besides Ian are dead now. But they haven't played here since '74.
do you think they'll ever come back, though?
That would be pretty cool.
No,
But,
I mean, we have holograms. Tupac
That's
has
true.
performed already. Michael Jackson, Prince. They all performed after death.
Dio came back.
Dio came back. His wife has been
Yeah. They shot the Zappa one down, fortunately.
Oh, really?
I'm very glad that one's not happening.
Wow. What do you think
Yeah.
about the holograms, Tom?
Look, whatever. It's people are trying to make money. You got to make a livelihood. I think the Justin Timberlake thing was a little disrespectful though, because he's in the past basically put Prince down, like he wasn't complimentary about Prince.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird. But whatever. People are enjoying it. Let it happen. If people don't like it, then don't go see it.
And don't watch it. That's true. That's true. All right.
Look, I didn't even throw a joke in there. I feel I should have.
No, that's okay.
No, I
Let me
mean,
finish.
That's true enough. The Zappa one I felt was kind of a separate, almost its own thing, just because Frank would have been totally against that.
Who?
It'd be Frank Zappa.
Oh, the third
Yeah.
kid.
What?
Greg's on
With
that
his
first
mom
name
in.
basis. What?
No, I'm talking about Frank, the father. Like,
Oh.
Greg's a
ever
big
heard the
Zappa
idea
fan.
of holograms, he would have been totally against it. Yeah. And
He alive still?
that would have. Hell no, he's been dead since '93.
Oh,
But
so he probably wouldn't care at all.
no, but I think it would be a big detriment to the man and his legacy and his opinions.
Oh yeah.
Especially since his family would have been the ones doing it. Now,
Yeah, but what about Twiggy? What is it, Twiggy? Whatever. When the two kids did Zappa before they got into fights. You know, that's technically, you know, using the Zappa.
Zappa plays Zappa. That's
Zappa
a tribute. Yeah, that's a tribute. I saw that and that was cool, but it was done as a tribute. It's not making a hologram of their dead father and parading it around.
At any point, did they cover the bicycle song?
Bicycle.
Yeah, the one he played on that show. He came out with a bicycle and played on the Ed Sullivan Show. He played a bicycle.
Oh. That may have maybe during the Lumpy Gravy tour when he was in all those sound collages, but I don't think that's ever been played live.
Yeah, no, he only did it.
Wow, that was a deep one though. I completely forgot about that. That was when he still had a crew cut.
I saw that film live. No, he didn't. He didn't want to even do the show, so he came out and he played the bicycle. That's true.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
I almost started playing bicycle like 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
Terminally ill. Lee Kerslake receives his platinum discs. What? What happened? All right. Well, anyway, terminally ill. Lee Kerslake finally receives his platinum disc from Ozzy. So now he's finally credited for doing us. Yeah, he's gone.
Good.
Nobody cares. What's going on? That's fucking.
He heard us getting loud, so he's making sure everything's okay.
What the hell is that thing?
You okay, puppy? My doggy.
Looks like a Ewok. Is that an Ewok?
First of all, he's a demon.
Looks like an Ewok.
No, he's the whatchamacallit, the Omen dog.
I think Naya could take that dog.
Right.
Naya would take that dog.
Naya?
Yeah.
That dog is tiny compared to Naya.
Yeah. You should take him.
And that dog's big.
I don't think it's a competition because
No, it's
you
not.
know, if we were all peeing, one of us would be dipped.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I sit on the bowl.
All right, I'm not telling this news.
Wait, did I ever tell you a story about this? I was dating this girl, and I was talking to her father at like a dinner table,
Yeah.
and for some reason, people sitting to pee came up, and I was like, you know, any guy who sits to pee has to be a homosexual, you know. But I was saying it as a joke, right? And he goes, yeah, no, totally. Like he's agreeing with me, you know.
All right.
And then there was like a storm, or whatever, and we were all in the house, and the lights go out. So I had to go to the bathroom, and I have the candles, or whatever, and I go in the bathroom, and he's peeing on the bowl, like he's sitting, and I walk up, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, my bad, and I shut the door, and I go, is he a homosexual? It's a true story.
So what do you say?
Okay.
I don't know, sense of humor.
No, there isn't one.
Is anyone home?
Yeah.
That joke went in the toilet.
Yeah. It's where it belonged. Well, in spite of all this government shutdown stuff.
Carry on with the news.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been trying to get through it. I would have been done with it already if you would have shut up.
There's a shutdown?
Yeah. Government shutdown. Despite all that, kisses Gene Simmons and Paul
It can't be more
Stanley.
than 20 days, right?
No. No, it's on his 33rd day now.
Oh wait! Can I tell this story? Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. They have a restaurant that's in like airports,
Yeah.
and they're letting the people who check your genitals. I mean your baggage. What is it?
The TSA, yeah.
To eat one meal a day for free.
Yeah.
Until the shutdown ends.
Isn't that nice?
But they also, if you don't know this, anything they own as
Yeah.
far as their restaurants and companies,
Yeah.
for Veterans Day, veterans get free stuff, and they do things like that for people.
Very
So
good.
even though Gene may be, known as you know, a douche. Not
Yeah.
that I say he's a douche, but
No.
but I think they do some amazing things for the populace.
They do. They're Kiss.
Not knowing.
They keep it simple.
Bohemian Rhapsody, nominated for 5 Oscars, including Best Oscar.
Excellent movie.
It was, right?
Excellent movie.
Now,
Very good
did you
movie.
like it even though there was like a lot of inaccuracies?
I didn't care about that. I was just watching it for the performance. I have to vote in the SAG Awards, so I'm voting for him.
Oh yeah. He's Best
He
Actor.
deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for that. Did Troy? Did you see it yet or no?
No, not yet.
No.
I haven't.
What about you, Greg? Did you see it?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You
It
have
was a
seen
good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. For the end scene alone when he was doing the Wembley Stadium thing, just that act alone where everything was like almost exact. He just
Except for the
Yeah, I
guitar
was
part.
kind of annoyed they changed the time period of that with the whole Live Aid thing, but oh well.
Eh.
I didn't know he had AIDS.
surprise.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I was
He
very
did.
disappointed because I was like, you know, I didn't expect that. You know, I was just.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No, actually, I knew he had AIDS, so it was almost like the movie was ruined. You know, like when he's like, oh, I have it. And I'm
Spoiler.
like, I know what it is. No suspense to this. Just say it. Why do you need to do the pronoun game? You know, just be like, I have the AIDS, and they were like, oh, okay. And then the most unrealistic part was they hugged him. AIDS wasn't even understood at that point. They would have been like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm just stand in the corner there, Queen.
Well, yeah. Well, by the time. Well, by the time he actually told them, though, and this is one of the things that's inaccurate about the movie, he didn't even tell them until 1991, about a month or two before he died. They didn't know when they did Live Aid. Only he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what year was that?
1985.
I thought you just said he told him in 1991.
He told them in 91, but they didn't know during Live Aid, which is what that movie portrays.
No.
Oh, so really, they should call it Lie Aid.
See what he did there?
Sure. Well, at least his comedy's better than his singing.
Hey,
Oh.
Funny.
Yeah. No, you're very unique.
Oh, I appreciate the insult.
Not a problem.
Unique is like the word you give to somebody when you're not really impressed with anything they have to offer. Like,
Well, I like your writing thus far out of the pages, but yeah.
but that was ghostwritten, so it's not even me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had Troy introduce me to his brother, and his brother was like, "Yeah, I could do that." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Absolutely. You just have to throw a shrimp on the barbie, and we'll be good to go."
Since we somehow just
Taking the light out. Getting the light on.
since we somehow got into your book, you want to talk about your book?
Sure, but I would like to say that we have enough people here to form what I call we call it the Beatles.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the Beatles?
Never heard of them. Are they a new
You never
band?
done the move? It's called the Beatle. You
What
never
about-
done the Beatle?
No.
It's this move where we all sit around in a circle in the dark, and one of us goes, "He wants to masturbate," and then for some reason, 3 other men say, "Yeah, absolutely." Did you hear about that?
No, we're not doing that.
Did not.
Paul McCartney was being interviewed, and he's like, "Yeah, no, we were sitting around in a circle."
Oh, I heard about that. I heard
I
about
was
that.
like, "Hey, we want to masturbate," and I was like, we all were like, "All right," and they all masturbated in a circle in the dark. You didn't hear about this?
No.
I heard about it. I heard about
It was all over the news. It was so funny.
No.
Yeah.
Never heard
Can't
of
say
it.
that I heard it.
So yeah, all right, my book. What do you want to talk
All
about?
right, talk about your book. I'm gonna put a picture of it up here. If people want to buy your book, they can go. Where can they go to buy your book? It's called She.
They can go right to makearightlefthear.com.
MakeARightLeftHere.com.
Backwards.
I got a picture of your book here. Nobody can see that. I put it up already. What's the
I
book?
didn't see it. It didn't pop
What?
up.
No, you can't see it there. They see it live. I'll pop it up again. Boom. What's the book?
Oh, I didn't see it. It didn't pop up.
No, you can't see it there. They see it live. I'll pop it up again. Boom. What's the book? No, you can't see it there. They see it live. I'll pop it up again. Boom. That's what it looks like.
Oh, all right. Well, that looks nice.
Oops. All right, so tell us what's your book about?
Yeah, no, the book is filled with just King Diamond lyrics.
Well, good. I'll buy it real quick then. Maybe I'll read it.
Yeah, but I altered every third word.
Oh, is anything about a cabinet in there?
There's a cabinet, a cup of tea.
A small cabinet.
There's one point where I start talking about Grandma.
Really? That's
Did you welcome her home?
I did welcome her home, and then I talk about a little devil, you know.
Nice.
And then this Temple of God. There's a whole passage about the Temple of God in here. And then every once in a while we all go, like, you'll just see really big in capital letters. It goes, Black Devil. Yeah. Am I saying that? Is that right? Is that the lyric?
Yeah, it is Black Devil.
It is Black Devil.
I'm surprised I remember that, actually. I hate that album.
There was that little girl sitting by a black devil, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's actually one of my favorite King Diamond.
Really?
That's a good album.
No, it's not.
Oh, what do you want to know? I mean, ask me a question.
Well, what is this?
You want me to do like a press thing where I'm like, she is about many emotional movements throughout my soul, and I was like, I need to express this so I would explode as an artist.
No.
Yay.
Don't do that.
Each line represents a piece of creation. Like this one about master.
Let me read you a few pages of my book.
What do you call this piece? It sounds nice. I call it Lick My Love Pump. No, it's just, I've been writing poetry pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
If you purchase the book, the intro of the book tells the story of why this even exists. You know, and if you'll spare me some humility, I'll read the first 5 pages of the story. Started on a Thursday. I remember it like it was Monday.
You know what I'm saying?
Came to me with ease after 4 hours of stressing.
Well, Greg's done. All right.
No, but there is. It's just.
Yeah, I gotta let the dog out.
All right.
All right. Be careful out there.
I'll be back.
Yeah. No,
Oh, yes.
So the intro of the book is like a 4 or 5 page. Hey, why does this book exist and how did this stuff come up? So if you purchase it, I don't want to double up a story for anybody who will purchase it for $10 on Amazon. Go through MakeAWriteUp.com. And
What was that?
The book is filled with everything from love poems to philosophical to dark to friendship. But there are 3 things that make this book more than a poetry book. First, you can use it as a coffee cup holder. Just put it in. I like that.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Take the pens out
Saves
first.
your tables. The second thing is it's filled with lyrics from my music days. So it has lyrics of songs that haven't been recorded and songs that will be recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also, the second thing is the real second thing. It has the whole back end of the book is filled with philosophy.
Right.
So philosophical debate, but in the perspective of a deity. So like how God, the character Telmor Naltanian would look at things, look at life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third thing is I filled it with like little jokes and notes all over the place. So like some of the poems, it talks about where the poem came from, but at the same time, here's an example. I'll read in my attempt to. Oh no, it's not. Hey, Greg's talking, but he's not there.
No, he's there. Can't see him through the smoke.
Oh, so I talk about songs like how the songs go. I'm trying to find like a joke thing.
You haven't told enough.
I haven't told a joke yet. I'm trying to find. I'm not really funny. Like I don't have a funny bone in me. I'm nervous with humor. My father used to say, the only thing funny about you is your looks. And I was like, that's hysterical. I can't believe now I have to stab you. So he didn't make fun of me after that.
I wonder why. Poor man.
So I took. Oh, here we go. Wait.
Come on.
So I have. So anyway. It's. What do you call it when a book is? What do you want? What do you want? The book. So throughout the book, there's just random thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, accompanying like stories, and it goes on about. If you care about the history of my original band Tenebra, there's stuff in there that really talks about. Mostly, it's positive talk about them, but well, here's something. Never go against your instinct. I learned this the hard way with many pivotal moments in my life, from business to everyday choices. When you believe in something so deeply, do it, and never take no for an answer. You know what is right inside, and so does your natural instinct. So that's just an example. It has nothing to do with poetry or anything, but it's like an aside. You know, it's like you're reading it. Like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And then there's one that says, I once dated a woman with the last name Thomas. So if I had married her and took her name, I would be Thomas J. Thomas.
I'll be right back.
That takes up about 3 pages. I made it really big, the font. Font size was 32.
Real nice.
Is Greg back?
I don't know. I think he quit.
What, does everyone here have a dog?
No, I don't have a dog.
Look, I quit. When did we start?
I don't think I even started.
No, but I also have like I have 2 short stories in here, but it's written in poetic format. So just an example. And then I'm realizing a lot of my asides are mostly like serious. Oh, here's one about Wayne. My first dog I ever owned.
All right, that's enough about your book. See this book, everybody? Don't buy it. No, go to what is it? Make a right left here. I always forget.
MakeARightLeftHere.com. I created that right next to you. We were sitting down next to each other. And I was like,
I know. Well, you
like,
also had the other one
thing
too.
I ever heard. You know, what?
You had the other one too, the Blood of the Rose thing. Which
I had that for a long time.
Yeah.
PBR Productions. I've had since like '95 or something.
Yeah. All right. What else? You got music too, as well, right?
Oh yeah. If we want to do bullet points, yeah, I got music. But I was already told by Greg that my music sucks. So do you want to talk about that?
I said your vocals suck.
That's so nice. Do you get winded when you think? I'm just saying, like when you got up, I saw sweat.
What?
No, I'm not making fun of you being fat. I'm just saying you're pretty large for a very short man. No, but
And
Is that a sneeze?
Troy's just happy. I moved on. Look, I'm just joking, guys. I mean every word I said. Actually, if you want to be honest, Wayne and I had a pre-talk, and we were like, what are some of the things you want me to say to these guys? And I was like, he's like, anything you want, just as long as we bring up the Australian thing first. And I was like, all right, it's a little uncomfortable for all of us. And then he's like, Greg's going to make fun of your vocals, which I know you're already sensitive about. And, you know, it's really nice that someone's interviewing you, and they're going to just throw it at you. And Wayne's like, just say he's fat. He loves that. He's a virgin, and he's fat. So you pick the one you want. You know?
Probably not a virgin.
I said none of that. Don't believe anything he says.
Yeah, the Veda statue in the background is definitely countering that argument. But
oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
What?
That's it?
It doesn't matter to me. Think what you want. I don't care.
No, it's all cool. I was just It was just seeing if we could joke back and forth with each other.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Oh, your vocals suck," and I was like, "Oh, you're fat," and then like everyone got quiet. I don't understand. I was like, "Oh, I see it. Just attack me, you know. Say my book is stupid, and then like, you know, then I can't say it. And I'm like, hey, look, I haven't attacked any of you.
I didn't say
personally
your
yet."
book
And then
was
I like,
stupid. Anyway, you got
So
this.
what else do you have on my bullet points?
You got this thing too. This album that you have, Finally Free. Where can people
oh God, yeah.
get that?
Can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
And the opinions. I recorded that with Wayne, but he never showed up.
Yeah. Well, you have that anyway. It's on.
His skills weren't up to your demands, or
Yeah, he's like, I'll only do it if I could play the tambourine. I was like, all right. And I gave him a long date for the recording. I felt bad because he did show up like on that day, but no one was there. And he calls me up. He's like, hey, where is everyone? I go, we're finished.
and tune his tambourine for nothing. How sad.
No, actually, I had to supply the tambourine, so that wasn't easy.
Ah,
You ever see someone come in, they go, I'd love to play a bass for you, or like guitar, and then they show up for like tryouts, but they don't have like an amp?
I've seen it. Yes.
And you're like, why are you even here? And you're like, oh, well, I play the instrument. I feel like I should have an extra amp around, you know? And you're like, what?
No.
But usually the excuse is like, well, if I'm only auditioning, I didn't want to bring all my stuff, you know? And it's like, well, why don't you go back home and get it, but don't come back.
Right. Yeah.
Wayne, tell them the story about the time we auditioned Scoot.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You weren't there, but you know the story.
Yeah,
Oh, the guy, you know Scoot. Remember Scoot?
No.
Troy would understand the story because he looks like he's auditioned a lot of musicians. So a guitarist came to audition for us once, and the first thing he does is he takes out 8, count them, 8 pedals, individual pedals, right? And he doesn't even have like a strip plug for it. He just he just plugs this thing into the outlet, and then he plugs the plugs into the plugs. You know, like those plugs that have like additional. So it's just you have like 3 coming out this way, 3 coming out this way, right? And we're a heavy metal band, obviously a crappy one. And he came with a wah-wah pedal, so we were just like, what is that even gonna be for? You know, this is doom metal. You know? And I'm like, why you have, you know, maybe you don't want to use all those pedals, you know? And he's like, no, trust me, I need them. You know, they're gonna make it sound awesome. I was like, all right. So he turns the on and all of a sudden the light in the garage goes.
Wow.
And I don't know if that's gonna work. And then he hit one of the pedals, and like in a cartoon, it was like. So like I had to flick the switch to get the lights back on. I was like, you could use one pedal, you know. So he has 8 pedals, and out of them, one of them is a wah-wah, and he chooses to keep the wah-wah. And we're a doom metal band, so right off the bat, we're good, you know. And his name was Scott, but he spelt it Scoot, like Scuut, and it was on his his guitar case, so it's Scoot, whatever his last name is. And I was like, is your name Scoot? And he goes, no, it's Scott. And I was like, but you spelt it Scoot. He goes, oh yeah, I wanted to be cool, like I wanted to change it up a little. And I was like, all right.
Wow.
So then before he showed up, he said he's a lead guitarist. So I was like, all right, well let's jam on a song that we might all know. You know, do you know any Black Sabbath? And he goes, oh, I know every Sabbath song. And I was like, great, let's do Paranoid. He goes, how's that go again? And I was like, like this? And I played it, and he goes, oh no, I don't know that one.
Wow.
I was like, all right, well let's do Iron Man. Everyone knows Iron Man. And he goes, no, I don't know that one. Why would I learn that? Everyone plays that. And I was like, all right. And I go, we went through like 6 songs. And I go, you don't know every Black Sabbath song. I named all the hits, and you're like, skip. So then I was like, let me just show you the NIB thing, you know? So we just did the verse and then like that chorus, you know, the bridge now. And while we're doing it, I scream over to him in the microphone. I go, hey, play a guitar solo, you know? And he goes, what? And he does it like this, specifically like this, you know? And I go back in the mic and go, play a guitar solo. And he goes, what? So I'm like, so I go closer to him, and I lean in, And I go, play a guitar solo. So then he leans in again and goes, what? So then I say it in his ear. I go, play a guitar solo. And then he goes, what? And I stopped it. I go, stop playing. I go, dude, what the hell? He goes, I'm deaf in this ear. I'm like, that's the ear you gave me as an option.
Oh my God.
I think I remember
I
him.
was like, you gotta go.
Good
You
old
gotta
Scoot.
go. I can't take it anymore. Very funny. Very funny. Anyway, he joined Van Halen many months ago. Just kidding.
Maybe
His name's Wolfgang.
those songs you mentioned, he probably listened to them with that ear. That's why you didn't know him.
The song's not that bad. I mean, I can hear it.
I like all your songs.
It was ridiculous that he even what? Like I wasn't mad that he was deaf. I was mad that he wasn't giving me the option of
Yeah.
good ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
That's my story for the night.
Is it? Are you done now?
I guess. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? So the finally free is from like 1990. What?
I know, it's
1990?
freaking old. How come?
2007.
Yeah, how come you haven't done nothing else since then?
Well, because I've been doing other things. You know, I opened up a theater. I'm in the movie business. I tour as a comedian. I write. I don't have time to record songs no one cares about. Plus,
not
I
true.
suck.
Well,
Well, I'm not saying it was Ringo's solo album, but
Yeah, I know. But out of the two of us, I'm probably the only one that makes money in music.
oh, I'm positive of that. Yeah.
so where could people hear that? Spotify, right?
MakeARightLeftHere.com.
Make it right. Oh, everything's on there.
So if you go to MakeARightLeftHere.com, you could get to everything. You know, it gives you the outlets.
Yeah.
I figured why tell everyone several different links when I could just go to MakeARightLeftHere.com, and then they could go there and then they could choose what they want to indulge in. You know, if it's a book.
If anybody actually watches this show, what does actually Make a Right Left Here do? Like, what can they find
Nothing.
there?
It's just my name is Thomas J. Bellezza, and imagine I go to thomasjbellezza.com. Right off the bat, they'll think J is J-A-Y.
Yeah.
Bellezza, they'll be like, yeah, I'm not even
No,
going to try that.
that's not what I mean.
No, but so I made MakeARightLeftHere.com because it's a slogan.
No, I
and it's
know
easy to
that.
remember.
I'm saying, why are people going to go to your site? What do you do? What can you offer people?
Oh, well, if they're interested in me. So, like, I build a brand value, a story, an adventure on my social media.
Right.
And then if they are aware of that brand message and then they become interested, they go to the website. And when they go to the website, you know, it's basically the sale point. That's where, if they truly are interested, they're going there to specifically find something that would be interesting to them. So if they know I act through my stories on social media, or if they know that I'm doing comedy, they'll go to the website for all that information. If you take your social media and you use it as like a marketing tool, as in, hey, come check out my show or watch this video, you're using social media incorrectly.
Right.
You know, your social media is about the adventure and the emotional connection of that adventure. Because people want to see you succeed, but they don't want to hear about it.
Right.
So if you talk about your emotional journey and like how you enjoy it, people can relate to the journey more than it can relate to you have a show.
Right.
You know, so, but if they do choose to click your information and go to your website, they emotionally chose to be interested that you have a show coming up. And on your website, it would say you have a show, or buy this album, or buy this book, or, you know, whatever, listen to this, or whatever there has to be the offer. You know, you'd even go there and vote for me for president, whatever.
Really?
You have to offer them a fabulous prize, like a free hat.
Yeah, free hat for like $5. Plus shipping and handling. And design.
Just a folded newspaper hat.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think what you're asking, Wayne, is what is at the Make a Right Left Here.
Exactly. Thank
Go
you.
there, there's
Thanks for
music,
getting there.
there's- My author history will be there. You know, everything. My company information, my comedy.
Well, that's also too what I
acting,
meant. Like,
you know,
what's your company? What do you do for your company? What can you offer people if
Oh,
they're
my
looking?
company's BBR Productions. You know.
Right.
Yeah, we consult, market, and develop. You know, we help educate people how to be successful, make a living within their field of interest. we help market by designing a brand which creates awareness to build interest and ultimately generate sales. And then we develop everything from bands to businesses to ideas to people to even projects. You know, we work on all sorts of things. Right now, we're working on 5 different TV shows. We have 3 films, and then got a couple other things going.
Very good.
Do it all.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It's, you know, for
Very
someone
exciting.
who's doing it, it is, but for someone who's watching it, they don't.
No.
This is not.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the
We're
hardest
very
thing about doing it is like that it is boring, you know. That's why I keep doing it. I like, you know. No, it's true though. You know,
Yeah.
you're sitting there, you talk to people, and it's like, ugh, they're learning stuff and achieving their dreams. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm making a joke. I won't obviously believe it.
Oh,
No, he's not. He's telling the truth. If he's saying it, he's
You know
telling
that
it.
one? Yeah, that fell short too. I'm gonna deliver more jokes.
Yeah.
Just
no,
the delivery.
not on this show. No jokes. Oh my god. All right. So
No
that's,
jokes on it.
that's basically
puns.
it. No puns either.
That's it.
That's basically it, I guess. I wanted to talk
We're
about.
gonna talk about that one thing.
Yeah, I was gonna get to it, but all right. What the hell was it even called now? Oh,
Go ahead,
Greta.
get to it. Let me hear it.
What?
Gwyneth Paltrow. What happened with it?
No, Greta Van Fleet.
What are you talking about?
The band.
Fleet. Oh, that thing
Greta.
you sent me?
The thing I sent to all of you. Have you all watched the Saturday Night Live
yep.
performance?
Yes.
Tom.
Not the best performance, but I mean, usually Saturday Night Live ones aren't.
Right. Yeah.
What I liked is that they had a chance to actually perform where other people would watch as an audience member and fantasize about being inspired because they are doing what it is they wish they could do. So, you know, I thought even though the performance may or may not be up to the quality of some other people, it's still there. You know, like when I've worked on Saturday Night Live, I'd have to say the behind the scenes, you know, it's a great experience to be there, and to even think that someone's doing poorly, you have to remember, you know, they worked hard to even get to that. So
Right.
even on their bad days, they're still better than the majority. It's like looking at an NFL player and be like, ah, man, they suck, but realize they're better than all the college football players ever existing, you know.
Right.
But personally, like, yeah, I agree with Greg. You know, performance may not have been the best performance of their career, but I think it's inspiring that they actually got to a place where they could be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. It's also been a long time since they've had a rock band on Saturday Night Live. Very like how many?
Is that
Maybe
true?
maybe
Well,
like
Kanye
10.
West.
No.
Kanye's not rock.
No. But anyway, a lot of people have been giving this band a lot of flack for sounding too much like Led Zeppelin. And I feel like, what's the big deal? You know, Led Zeppelin stole from, you know, how many bands back when they started. Yeah, exactly. All those blues bands and stuff like that. So it's like, and they're giving these kids flack for sounding like Zeppelin. Like, who cares, you know? I think they're a great band. I actually, watching that
I
video...
agree.
Yeah, watching that video and seeing all the hatred they were getting wanted me actually to learn more about them. You know? And I actually bought the first 2 albums, so I thought it was good. What do you think, Troy?
Because of that performance, you bought the 2 albums?
Not because of the performance. I liked the song. I wasn't crazy about the performance. I mean, they're kids and it's Saturday Night Live, and every band that played on Saturday Night Live sucked. To me, the sound's just terrible on that show. And but I liked the song itself, and I wanted to go back and actually see what the studio version sounded like. So after I did that, I really enjoyed the song. So I had to get the albums because, you know, I really enjoyed their stuff, and I like Led Zeppelin. I'm a big Zeppelin fan, so they are fine to me.
You know, Zeppelin was the first band ever to get a 90-10 split in their favor, and they were also the first band to ever purchase and own a jumbo jet.
Really? Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Deep cuts.
Deep cuts.
And also, their manager was like a wrestling guy or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, Peter Grant managed wrestlers and was a wrestler beforehand,
Really?
and that's what he based some of their contract off of initially was his experience in that world.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Troy,
Didn't
what?
know that, Wayne?
Didn't know that.
That.
What do you think, Troy?
What?
What? Good night, everybody.
How's your armpit? Good.
Sorry, I'm itchy from the dog.
I said, what did you think of the Greta Van Fleet thing? And people talking about them being a Zeppelin clone and all that.
I can hear the similarities. I mean, it was all right. I wasn't crazy about it.
No.
That's why I didn't comment.
Yeah, I figured that.
You didn't comment because you didn't like it?
I didn't comment because it didn't move me. I only comment when things really, really, really move me. And sometimes I'll make comments here and there, but musically, it's just something with music. I don't know.
Have you ever? What are your feelings on people that's musicians that stand either in the back of the club or in the green room and just they're like really nice to other musicians, and then when those musicians go up and play their heart out, and then those people are like, "This band sucks, man. Like, we should be out there. Like, we would totally take their audience. We'd be better." What are your feelings on that?
Well, you can't control what other people say or do.
Well, I'm not asking, but what are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? It's not right to do something like that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, people are raised differently. People come from different backgrounds, so people are gonna act differently, and you're gonna have people like that. You just need to believe what you believe in and continue and forge forward, and not let people affect you in that way, in a negative way, because. If everybody would listen to people like that, they wouldn't do anything.
You ever tell those people they need Jesus?
Did I ever tell them that? No. My dad would, though.
He'd be like, "You need Jesus, son."
My dad would.
And they're like, "You don't know my pronoun."
But I mean, it's sad because but you get a lot more of that, not in a live sense. You get that more in an online sense because people are so brazen that they could say and do whatever they want these days, and a lot of people's fingers do a lot of flapping, and that's silly. That's just silly.
Yeah.
And
I never understood that world where, like, the idea of something sucking, like, unless it's a joke, like, I joke all the time, like, that movie sucked. Like,
let me just tell you something. It's very interesting. So, I saw today a friend of mine posted this picture of his desktop, and on the desktop, it was a picture of a woman that I recognized. Her name is, as an artist, her name is The Great Cat. You guys ever hear of her?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So The Great Cat. To me, my opinion, there's really nothing great about her. I mean,
I agree with
like
you.
A large cat. She's a large woman, so she's the great cat.
She's a decent musician. I'm not going to take that away from her, and people have kind of like labeled her as like the single string shredder. She's a single string shredder. She's a guitar player.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a backhanded compliment, but I saw this and I'm thinking. There's a prime example. How many people bashed her? Like they bashed her, they destroyed her, but she continued to do what she believed in. She didn't take it to great heights within her career, but she did what she believed in, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if people bash your art or your creativity. You have to believe in it. And so if you have people like that at a show or a bar or online typing away, I mean, and sometimes I would say, like, I've seen stuff like that about stuff I've created. I can't say I'd be lying if I said I didn't get upset. Yeah, I get upset periodically. But you know what? You know, people need to use the negativity and turn it around and make something positive out of it. So, like, I've seen a lot of things. I was thinking about even doing like like how some bands, or actually not some bands, but some shows or like little skits showing what the artists think about the comments that are made about their music.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have seen anything like that. That is very interesting because the artists are people too, and they have, they have feelings, they have, passion about what they do, and it's funny how people, like how these artists would respond to the comments. You have to can look it up.
I get what you're saying. What do you guys in general like? What are your feelings on how people critique artistry? Like people's, like, say for example music, like how people critique music. Do you think it's right, like the way they tear it apart and ridiculously listen and and then just
because there's nothing
turn it into some like, well, if I was gonna like they just they critique it.
Well, think of this, okay? It doesn't matter what.
I wouldn't even answer him because I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
I know what he's doing too.
I know exactly what he's doing.
I'm asking an honest question.
I think at any type of art, whatever it is, any type of music or art, it doesn't matter how good or how bad it is, it's still art.
So what you're saying is like people shouldn't review.
It's not bad. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad, really.
There's nothing bad about critiquing.
No,
there's nothing art-wise. There's nothing. No, but that's to you. Like if you say something.
No, I'm asking a question. I wasn't confirming that as my.
Okay. All right. So, but I'm just saying that's my belief. I mean, we could say, "Oh, that sucks," or "This is horrible." But that's only one person's perspective. You might get someone that will love it, and case in point, when I saw Ghost, Wayne, I saw Ghost.
Watch your mouth.
The first time that they played, it was at the Roseland in New York City, and I'm standing there. I'm excited. I couldn't wait to see them come out. They came out. I was like so disappointed because I thought they sucked.
Now, when you saw Ghost, did you have an EMP with you?
No.
To know where they were?
No.
Was it Ghost?
That's right. But my point is, after the show, right? Because that particular show, they didn't say anything. They literally walked up the stage the way they came on. It was like nothing said to the audience. And I'm the type of person where I believe like a band should transmit this energy to the crowd and back, as I've discussed previously.
Yeah.
There was nothing. There was no energy, nothing. And I know it's different now.
Do you feel like they shouldn't be where they are because they didn't give that kind of energy?
No, I don't think so at all. But I just thought from what I saw that one time, and I bought their shirt, I bought the record. It was the first record. I was all excited, and I was so disappointed. Yeah. But the conclusion to my thought process here is people were walking from the stage saying, "Oh my God, that was the most amazing thing, amazing band performance I ever seen in my entire life." And I'm saying to myself, where the hell were these people? Like, were they at the same show that I was? Like, am I crazy?
They were high. They were stoned out of their mind.
But the point is, art is perceived differently from person to person. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be someone could take a crap in the street, and one person will come by and say, "What the hell is that?" And another person say, "That's amazing."
Do you think the world doesn't really need critiquers then? Because
not really.
The point is, if everyone has a different perspective, some people, we could look at the same painting, except one version is red, one's blue. And if I like red, I'm obviously going to not like the blue one. And if you like blue,
possible, yeah.
So it's almost like opinions are moot. Like they have no value.
The opinion is only has value if the person has a similar way of seeing things that you do. And how is that?
I wouldn't say that their opinion has value because of that. I would say their opinion has value because they're a human being. Everyone has weight.
Everybody.
No matter how good or poor the opinion is of something, it's important. But at the same time, I think you're expressing that two different opinions. Like I feel like you're saying people shouldn't say something is bad, but at the same time, you're saying Ghost was bad.
Well, that's because that's my point. I mean, this is before of how I feel now.
Yeah.
Because back then, I was they're bad. I thought they were bad. But you know what? I still kept an open mind. And over the course of the years, I thought they've released some fantastic music. It's just not my bag.
See, the last time I kept an open mind, I became bisexual. It was terrible for a whole day of craziness.
On that note,
I had to pay for every single time.
on that note, I'm done. I gotta
Is
go
that
to
a
bed.
pun? You said no puns.
What pun?
Note, music. We're talking about music. Note.
This isn't a music show.
I'll write it out later.
All right, good. All right.
I'll write it out on a piece of paper and send it to you later.
Are you married?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Are you married?
Nope.
Do you have a
Are you
dog?
married? Yeah, I'm married to the dog.
Oh, no, don't say that. That's mean. How long have you been divorced for?
I've been divorced twice. The first time I was married for 9 years. The second time I was married for 2.5 years.
And you were like the second time you were like, look, I ain't falling for 9 years.
Well,
I'm out early.
I fell within those statistics. You know, the first time 50% of the fell. Second time 70% and quicker. Boom, done.
You're like, look, I got a child from each of them. I don't need to be here for anything else.
No, I had all 3 children from the first
From
one.
the same woman. All right, that's nice. Did Wayne tell you I saw a ghost behind you on one of your shows?
And you did?
I did, yeah. I was.
Yeah, remember I told you that?
Was it an orb?
I was
it
actually
an orb?
actually
Was it an
I
orb?
know. I saw like a shadow person go up the stairs behind you, but I can't point it out because you have the banner up there.
You're right about there.
No, you're in your living room right now. I'm assuming, and
Well,
there's probably a light switch to the left. And,
It was that
your,
time.
your
Yeah.
couch is directly behind you, and then
Yes.
behind that is a wall, and behind that wall is your stairs, right?
Yes,
And to the right
yes.
is your front door.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I was there the other day hiding. I saw a shadow person come out behind the wall and then go up the stairs.
That was a day. That was that. That was the night that we your interview.
I wasn't sure if it was them or us.
And maybe it was them and us.
Yeah, it was your interview. It was your
It was
turn
my
as a
interview?
guest.
Yeah.
Not a ghost, as a guest.
A ghostly guest.
And I was like, Wayne, I think I said, and he was ignoring me, but I didn't realize it was a pre-recorded show. And I'm like, Wayne, there's a ghost. I could have swore I saw something behind him. And then, like, no. And then he was like, I think that's his kid. And I was like, I don't think the kid's home.
I think Gregory became a ghost.
Right?
He went to go let his cat out again.
See?
Well,
All right.
this is the best he's been all night.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Plug your website again so we can get out of here. I want to go home.
It's makearightleftheere.com. If you made it to the end of the show, you get a free hat for $5.
Like something like that. What?
And
Say it again,
would you
because
like a hat? I'll get you a hat.
Say
I
it
have
again.
several hats.
A MAGA
They all
hat?
have lice.
Is it MAGA hat? Is it red?
No.
I
A
would
MAGA
never.
hat?
I would never in a million years wear a MAGA hat unless I was really cold and dead.
I'd wear one if I was standing in front of a Native American.
Well,
What? Oh man,
I
that's real bad.
know, 'cause
That.
Wayne, oh, let it go.